In the digital world, we have constructed a simple string of 10 digits holds immense power. Your phone number has become a de facto universal key, a trusted identifier that unlocks access to your most sensitive accounts. It is the number your bank uses to verify your identity, the number your email provider uses to reset your password, the number that receives the two-factor authentication codes meant to protect you. This reliance has created a critical vulnerability, one that criminals have learned to exploit with devastating efficiency. They can steal this number not by physically taking your phone, but by tricking your mobile carrier into giving it to them. This crime is known as SIM swapping. It represents one of the most direct and damaging account takeover threats facing individuals today. The danger of a SIM swap lies in its subtlety and speed. Instead, it targets the weakest link in the security chain: human trust, flawed corporate processes. In that moment, your digital life is no longer your own. The core objective of a SIM swap attacker is simple: to seize control of your phone number. This act is the linchpin of a much larger scheme. Modern security relies on something you have, your phone, as a second factor. Attackers target this single point of failure that, once compromised, creates a domino effect across your digital footprint. They aren't after the number itself, but what it unlocks. With control of calls and texts, they trigger password resets for your primary email, your online banking portal, and your cryptocurrency exchanges. From there, they move fast, intercepting bank alerts, authorizing transfers, and liquidating investments. Social accounts become tools for extortion, misinformation, and phishing. Speed is critical. Funds can vanish within minutes, long before you realize your phone has lost service. They aren't hacking your accounts. Your carrier handed them the key. SIM swapping isn't new, but its prevalence has grown with our reliance on phone-based security. It emerged in niche criminal communities, largely under the radar. As SMS 2FA became ubiquitous, it painted a target on telecom infrastructure. Mid to late 2010s saw dramatic, high-profile losses, millions gone in hours. One entrepreneur lost over 24 million after a number port. Even public figures were hit. Remember the Twitter CEO SIM swap. Carriers' authentication was often shockingly lax. With breached data, impersonation became easy and scalable. Task forces formed, arrests made, but core vulnerabilities remained. As long as phone numbers are trusted keys, convenience taxes security. A user-friendly measure became a centralized point of failure. The tools of SIM swapping rely on manipulation, not malware. The primary weapon is information. Attackers harvest data from social, professional sites, and records. They collect answers to common security questions, then enrich it with breach data bought cheaply online. With a polished script, they contact the carrier, by phone, chat, or in person. A crafted emergency pressures reps into mistakes. Stolen personal data makes the impersonation sound real. In worse cases, insiders are bribed or coerced to perform swaps. That access is effective and harder to detect. The core is analog: a phone, a convincing voice, a script. No step-by-step here. Understand deception to build defenses. The first sign is sudden, complete loss of cellular service. Your status flips to no service or SOS only, not an outage. Your SIM was deactivated. Calls and texts stop because your number was ported. Watch for carrier emails or texts about new SIMs or changes. Alerts about resets or unfamiliar logins mean active takeover. Contact your carrier's fraud department immediately. Use another phone. Or go to a corporate store with photo ID to lock your account and disable the attacker's SIM. Simultaneously, on a trusted device, secure your primary email first. Change the password, remove rogue forwarding and recovery numbers. Begin recovery for any locked accounts. Call banks and card issuers. Freeze accounts and dispute charges. Every second counts. Act fast. The best defense is removing your phone number as a single point of failure. Stop using SMS-based two-factor for critical accounts. Migrate to authenticator apps or hardware security keys. App-based authenticators generate time-sensitive codes on your device. Physical keys require you to physically approve logins and can't be intercepted remotely. Ask your carrier about anti-port measures. Set a strong, unique PIN and password. Require your PIN for SIM activations and transfers. Enable port freeze and number lock. Scrub personal details from your public profiles. Be wary of phishing by email, text, and phone. Use a password manager for strong, unique logins. Don't tie everything to one number or one email. Create redundancy. Protect a dedicated recovery email with your strongest factor. Users can harden themselves, but carriers must fix core weaknesses. Stop relying on easily discoverable security questions. Require in-person or secure video verification for high-risk changes. Confirm on multiple trusted endpoints before authorizing swaps. Make port freeze and number lock standard and easy. Enforce account PIN across phone, chat, and in-store. Train staff to resist social engineering and escalate doubts. Banks and platforms must stop pushing SMS 2FA as primary. Label it clearly and incentivize stronger methods. Use trusted devices, secondary emails, or waiting periods for sensitive actions. Failures should have regulatory and financial consequences. Liability drives investment in training and secure tech. Solving SIM swapping requires regulators and lawmakers. Set mandatory minimums for identity verification on SIM changes and ports. Make standards enforceable with meaningful penalties. Require 24/7 hotlines and immediate locks on credible reports. If procedures aren't followed, carriers should cover the losses. Launch awareness campaigns about SMS risks and better alternatives. Phase out SMS on public services. Adopt hardware keys and authenticator apps. Strengthen cross-border investigations against organized rings. Treat digital identity security as critical public infrastructure. Only a coordinated effort closes the gaps. The system must change, now. Surviving a SIM swap is hard, but achievable with methodical action. Assume all accounts tied to your number were exposed. Change passwords from a trusted device and revoke active sessions. Re-establish two-factor with an authenticator app or hardware key. Call fraud departments, file disputes, and freeze credit at Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. File police and IC3 reports to support claims and investigations. Tell friends and family. Seek support. The emotional toll is real. Today, move your primary email and bank to an authenticator and set a carrier PIN. Diversify recovery so one compromise isn't catastrophic. Institutions, stop treating phone numbers as keys. Build multi-layered security. Convenience is tempting, but vigilance protects your digital life.